that's interesting, the fact that you talk about, I didn't put two and two together then, but it's interesting that you talk about being in these rainforests whenever these shamans are using it. So that's all interesting, but I didn't pursue it for very long.
Well, water is to do with the power of place. Rivers, great oceans, lakes, often these can have an effect on our consciousness. What I'm trying to get across is that human consciousness is infinitely variable and that it is affected by many different things, and these effects can retune the receiver wavelength of our consciousness. And so certain environmental phenomena such as rivers and lakes undoubtedly do exercise an effect on consciousness as well, and shamans have known this since the beginning of time.
Graham, where do you get the book Supernatural? How do you find it?
Well, Supernatural is available in, of course, all good stores. It's available on Amazon.com. Just look up my name, Graham Hancock, Supernatural, and there it is. It's available through my website, www.grahamhancock.com, and it'll be, of course, available at all the venues that I'm speaking at in October on my tour in the United States. If my publishers have done their job, Supernatural should be in all the shops, and it's certainly available on Amazon.com.
Excellent. International line, where are you calling from? You're on the air. Hi there.
Hi there. My name is Mark from Canada, Winnipeg, Canada. My question for Graham is this. Talks about in the Bible, various scriptures in the Bible, where stay away from strong drink, and in the Old Testament and the New Testament, it also talks about stay away from drink, stay away from drugs. And I was just wondering, I know that you talked about that modern society has got like a prejudiced eye or prejudiced view on that sort of thing. But I was wondering, what is your take on why would the Bible and the scriptures that were written thousands of years ago, why would they warn us to not get involved with drugs and with strong drink? And it also talks about do not contact the spirit world, do not get in touch with media.
Good question. Good.
Why would the Bible do that?
Good question. Thank you very much for asking it. I have two chapters in Supernatural where I try to show that every religion that we have in the world today, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Buddhism, it doesn't matter which religion you choose, if you trace it right back to its origins, you're going to find a shamanic experience, an experience of contact with other worlds. In a sense, Christ is the ultimate shamanistic figure who moves between realms, who is a guide of souls, who is a healer. St. Paul on the Damascus Road has a stunning vision that completely changes the direction of his life. These are the shamanic experiences at the root, at the foundation of all the world's religions. But then, you know what happens? Within a few generations, the money men and the bureaucrats come in, the power-hungry priests who want to control everything about the people who come under them. And the first thing these individuals do, who are not themselves in contact with the supernatural realm, who are simply bureaucrats and power mongers, the first thing that they do is that they ban and forbid all of us to have any direct contact with the supernatural realm because they greedily want to monopolize that position. They want to be the sole intermediaries. And so, unfortunately, all the religions that we have in the world today, although they have a spark at the beginning of direct contact with the supernatural, pretty soon we're looking at things that are really like large corporations or even armies, which are run in a hierarchical fashion and which seek to dictate to the flock what the flock, and notice that word flock as though we're all sheep, mindless sheep, to dictate to us what we may and may not experience. So it's not surprising that all of the mainstream religions ban and punish and in fact used to burn at the stake anybody who explored the supernatural world directly. It's all about control. It's all about power. And that, in the next stage of the human race, as we move forward into this 21st century, that is the burden we have to overcome. We have to take control again of our birthright, which is a birthright of direct contact with the spirit, of admitting the spirit into our lives, of living conscious lives, full of love and caring, not deeply unconscious lives, full of hatred and mistrust, which is what is encouraged in the world today.
Let's go to our final caller. You're on Coast to Coast. Hi there.
Hi.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
This is Mary Michael in Salt Lake, and I have MS, and my doctor is from India, and I started with a shaman, and then I go through crystal balls, and I do it every night just to calm down and relax, and I'm taken places looking through the crystal balls and meditating. Does that make sense to you?
It makes perfect sense to me. Mirror gazing, crystal balls, reflective sheets of water, all of these have been powerful techniques that shamans have used to alter their consciousness. It doesn't have to be the plant hallucinogens. There are a whole range of other techniques, rhythmic dance, drumming, and crystal gazing, which also achieve the same effect. And it sounds to me like you are very much in tune with that method of altering your consciousness.
And you have to be, and it takes time. Maybe we do have time.
It takes work. You know, one thing I have to say about ayahuasca and about the alterations of consciousness, these alterations of consciousness, in my view, are revealers of truth. They can show you what is true about the world, about reality, and about yourself. But the next step is what you do with that knowledge, and that's where the work comes in. Taking a shamanic plant hallucinogen is not an automatic road to enlightenment. It will show you what is real, but the rest is up to you. You have to do the work, and it's very hard work and dedicated work and requires the total commitment of your personality and your intelligence.
Graham Hancock, we've got 1 minute left. Anything else you want to wrap up by saying to our audience?
Well, just to say and to understand that science is wrong when it teaches us that the world can be reduced to those things that we can weigh and measure and count. There are extraordinary mysteries all around us, and our society is doing everything in its power to close our eyes and our senses to those mysteries. We need to open our eyes and our senses again, using any techniques that are available, learning from the fantastic experience of shamans accumulated over tens of thousands of years, to understand that we live in a complex and beautiful universe surrounded by dimensions that normally we can't see, but that in certain states of consciousness we can access, and that will heal us, and that will teach us, and that will help us once again to be fully human.
Graham, thanks for being on the program. Very enlightening.
Thank you. Great to talk to you.
For Dan Galante, Steve Carr, Tom Danheiser, Antonia Giordano, Lisa Lyon, Lex Lonehood, Sean Ladasur, Ross Mitchell, Ian Punnett, and Art Bell, I'm George Norrie. Somewhere out there on Coast to Coast AM. We'll see you on our next edition. Until then, be safe, everyone.